for it, and that's it. So Karatbars is not Johnny come lately. It's not even Johnny came a couple days ago. It's Johnny came like 9 years ago. And Karatbars has got 600,000 affiliates in 130 countries. Karatbars is the #1 small denomination gold company. So we're the #1 gold company with 600,000 people in 130 countries. Now that's great. We're a gold company. What's that have to do with cryptocurrency? And the answer is it had nothing to do with cryptocurrency until our CEO and visionary, Mr. Harold Seiss, decided to take the best thing in the financial services in the history of mankind, gold, and marry it with the future, which is digital cryptocurrency. So guys, let me give you a little history lesson. In 2008, and we all remember 2008. Matter of fact, I'm still in counseling over 2008. In 2008, we had tremendous loss, and we lost really quick. Nobody saw it coming. And so the things that I was involved in 2007 that looked surefire, like absolutely no way anything could go wrong, commercial real estate in general was just you couldn't miss. You could throw a dart into any direction and hit a good investment. Well, all of that turned so far south so quick, nobody saw it coming. But here's the thing. My broker had me diversified, my broker. And if there was ever a profession that was aptly named, boy, his was aptly named, because the more time I spent with that guy, the broker I got. And so he had me diversified in insurance products and into mutual fund products. And I was diversified in all kinds of things that went tied to the stock market, plunging like a brick old block to the bottom of the ocean. Okay. And I'm not the only guy, probably even on this panel. I'm definitely not the only guy on this call who took a shot, a really hard shot, maybe a shot that was almost unrecoverable in 2008. Okay. Remember those times when we were kind of wondering, okay, at this age, I'm really starting over, really? And so now what we didn't know that we should have known, that every single person on this call will know from this day going forward, and I wish I'd had this knowledge in 2007, is wealth is neither created nor destroyed. It's neither created nor destroyed. It merely changes from one wallet to the other. Okay? So when the stock market went from 18,000 to 6,200, gold was selling at about $800 an ounce. And gold went from $800 an ounce to its highest point of $1,923. When everything goes down, gold goes up. And that's great if you have gold. But in 2008, the only gold that I owned was on my left finger, my left ring finger. And that wasn't enough to probably buy dinner at a really nice restaurant. And so I did not have anything on the other end of the seesaw that went up when gold went, or when the stock market went down. And so now we have balance. Matter of fact, there's some of you guys on this call who've been in Karatbars for 4 or 5 or 6 years. And Darren, I know you're one, Lucian, you're one, and I'm one. And we save in gold every single month, no matter what else we do. Matter of fact, we set it and forget it. We're constantly on our auto exchange getting some amount of gold every single month as a gold savings account, so that if everything drops, we have something that goes up. And that's a really sturdy philosophy and a great thing, and it's always been a strategy historically. But guys, here's the thing. If you focus on the past, that's all you focus on, that's the definition of depression. And if all you think about is the future, that's the definition of anxiety. So I want you to live in the now. And the now is we have what was the best thing in the past and the best thing in the future, and we're marrying them together. And that is a gold-backed cryptocurrency. Now, our gold-backed cryptocurrency, and we talked about all these ICOs that have been Johnny-come-latelys, where somebody gets you to invest your hard-earned dollars and you get something that's really worth nothing, and you get scammed. And you get scammed because they're telling you of the speculative potential in return. And I'm going to use a term here, and it's not speculative potential, it's guaranteed. I don't want you to talk about what you could possibly make. I want you to hear what the guarantee is. I want you to hear. So when we started with this thing, that was this cryptocurrency that was put out by Karatbars, when we started, we were guaranteed that 10,000 of our cryptocurrency coins were worth 1/10 of a gram of gold. I want you guys to hear me again. 10,000 coins were worth 1/10 of a gram of gold. Remember, it was in the white paper of our first days we were reading this. Now, 15 months later, 14 months later, Mr. Seitz guarantees us in writing that 100 coins, not 10,000, 100 coins will be worth 1 gram of gold. We were 10,000 and we were worth 1/10. Now we're 100 and we're worth 1. You tell me and it's guaranteed, okay? It's not speculative. It's not Johnny come lately. It's not we're going to switch and bait. It's a guarantee. Now, that train has already left the tracks. And if you guys are on the call tonight for the very first time, that coin is called the KBC coin. And we're going to get our first guarantee on July 4th and what we're referring to as Gold Independence Day, okay? Now, here's the way this thing works. This train is at the station, and it's backing up to some other train cars. And we're about to grab those other train cars and pull them down the track with us. And that is our second cryptocurrency coin. And I'm not going to tell you about that yet because I'm not through talking about how great the first one is. The first cryptocurrency coin is backed by gold. We have our own gold mines. We have the gold in our vault in Hong Kong, and we got the largest small denomination gold company in the world. We're the #1 ICO in the history of cryptocurrency. We sold almost 12 billion coins in 6 months. Never been done in this space, ever, never before, probably never again. Now, so that is our KBC, and it's a little bit confusing, but this is how I keep it straight. B comes before C. So we had the KBC before we had the KCB. But here's the kicker. The ABCs are that this is a gold-backed company and that the CEO of this company has never, ever made a promise in the 9 years of the history of this company that he has not kept. Okay? So when we look at our guarantee and we look at the most successful ICO in the history of the company, we're talking about a real opportunity with a highly credible company with a tremendous movement in 130 countries. And guys, you want to talk about why I'm involved with Karatbars? Karatbars actually, when we verify the validity of Karatbars, we get paid every Friday on our own debit card. MasterCard vetted us. We have our own MasterCard that you earn your income on and get paid every Friday in a fifth paycheck, your monthly bonus. Your gold gets insured and shipped to your doorstep by FedEx. FedEx and MasterCard have vetted Karatbars. The Catholic Church, even with some of their legal troubles, the Catholic Church has the likeness of the Pope on a few 100,000 of our gold cards. They have vetted Karatbars. Karatbars has been vetted inside and out. And guys, we have one investor who came in, and for our cryptocurrency, he gave us his gold mine. And then it worth $900 million for cryptocurrency. And then he turned around and gave us $101 million hard asset bank for cryptocurrency. So what do you think him and his attorneys and his accountants know that we don't know? What do you think MasterCard knows that you don't know? What do you think the FedEx knows that you don't know? I'll just say this. The Pope did not say no, okay? So if the Pope doesn't say no, and we look at everything that's backing Karatbars, is that not a tremendous reputation that this company's built. The number one ICO in the history of cryptocurrency. Now, here's what we're doing now. There is one licensed cryptocurrency bank in the United States, actually worldwide, and it is associated with our second coin, which is still going to be the best. And I'll tell you how in a little bit. That number one licensed bank is also tied to what will be the fastest operating blockchain come this fall. We also are going to release the first completely secure mobile phone with cryptocurrency security. So you can trade mobile, okay? And it's voice over blockchain. So you want to know why Forbes wants to put us out of thousands and thousands of blockchain companies. You want to know why Forbes puts us top 10? Everybody can send a static bit of information, like a picture, over the blockchain. We in real time can stream video and do dynamic things over the blockchain. The blockchain is going to be in a few years what the internet was a couple decades ago. Okay, it's the newest, greatest technology. And guys, I told you that the KBC train left the station, but we're backing up to click to the carts of our second coin, the KCB. But here's the thing. I know there's some guys out there that are leg men, and there's some guys out there that are eye men, but I'm about to talk about the caboose, okay? Because the caboose was the KCB coin that we just backed up and connected to, but that is not the caboose. It's the engine, and we're running in the other direction. The KCB coin is actually the engine. It's not the end of the train. It's the beginning of the train. The infrastructure is about put together. The KCB coin is going to be associated with the fees from the bank, the exchanges, the digital stock exchange that's coming, voice over blockchain. It's the thing that's got Forbes excited. It's the thing that's got McAfee excited. They're not as excited about the gold as they are about the technology. So we were so excited about the gold because we don't know what we don't know. Derek's probably the only guy on here that knew the blockchain technology and the voice over blockchain phone and the lowest fees on any exchange and the fastest blockchain portal in cryptocurrency, that was a bigger deal than gold. He's probably the only one on here that knew that. But here's the kicker, guys. So we have all these things, and what we're finding out is that the KCB is actually probably going to be the driving force more than the KBC. Now, we got some die-hard gold guys in Karatbars. And those of us who didn't have gold with the last financial crisis, what's Pastor Dye say? You ought to have 80% of your retirement in gold. You know, that's a gold guy, right? So here's the deal. So whatever your thoughts are, you like gold, you like the technology, you believe the best thing that's ever been in the history of financial services, gold is the foundation rock of this thing, or you think these technology guys that have got Forbes so excited, you think that's the future. It doesn't matter. And here's why it doesn't matter. So if you go to your kitchen and you pull open the counter and you pull out a fork, that fork has one big hard part of it, and then it has all those teeth that pop up, right? So in cryptocurrency, there's something called a hard fork. But usually what happens is that fork, and I should have brought me a fork. I'll have one next time. We have that fork, and it's turned upside down. And so that one thing divides into all those teeth, right? So typically you have something like Bitcoin, say, that it's Bitcoin, and then it divides into its different little cousins. And so it gets diluted and it gets weakened, and one great thing maybe goes to two great things. Maybe one great thing goes to one strong brother and one weak brother. Who knows? In Karatbars, we do everything better, and we do hard forks better, and we flip that sucker upside down. We're taking two coins, and I don't care if you think it's the one that's backed by gold that's better or the one that's backed by technology it's better. We took them and we're merging them together, and we're renaming the coin. So whichever one you think is better, you're right. We will have the best cryptocurrency on the planet because it's backed by gold, or we'll have the best, I should say, and we'll have the best cryptocurrency in the world because it's backed by the fastest exchange with the lowest fees, with the only dynamic blockchain technology, the only voice over blockchain secure crypto phones in the world. There is no competition, no way, no how. If you're the competition, you're in counseling. There is nothing on the planet that can compete with this. So I'm going to interview a couple people tonight, and I have to tell you, so we got into Karatbars, we got excited, then we got crazy, then we got crazier, then we threw caution to the wind, and I have regretted it zero. And so I'm going to talk to a gentleman who's much more reasonable than I am in just a few minutes, and we're going to find out exactly why we're jumping at this opportunity. Guys, there's a term that's used as a cliche, and it's almost never true, and it's called generational wealth, okay? I'm going to state that I believe this is multi-generational wealth, but there's an opportunity and there's a window of that opportunity. And Lucian, I think we were changing some dates here on you. I believe that our finish date, I see that we have Mr. Best and Miss Charlene Gober with us that are coming on to our panel. At the end, we'll verify this, but I believe our promotion has been extended to the 20th. And so, guys, there's a couple ways in Karatbars that you can absolutely benefit yourself. There's a lot of things I left out, but I want to leave time to talk to our experts tonight. And if somebody brought you this call tonight, I want you to do two things. I want you to hug their neck, and I want you to make them fill in the blanks. And I want to make sure that you guys know that you absolutely can reach up to your upline and get help with filling in the blanks. And so I do it all the time. I wear my upline out, and I've been with my upline at least daily this week. I hope you guys have too. That's how so one of my good friends, who's one of the brightest CEOs on my team, I think I've got about 7 CEOs on my team, really sharp guys, but we've got a Mr. Dwayne Scott, and I love this, and then I'm going to go to our guest. Dwayne says, you know what, when you're in Karatbars, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself, because there are a group of people that we put together with different backgrounds and different strengths, and we help each other from our different perspectives. And so we're going to tell you about some of the creative things that we're doing right now with some of our guests tonight. But I'm going to bring out our first guest, and I hope that was an okay interview for you guys. And I know I hit the broad strokes and the bold type, but I really want you to hear from these other people tonight who've got more to say than I do. So, Darren, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, brother, and I appreciate you being here. I know you're so let me guys introduce you to Darren Brock. He's one of the directors of my team, been with me, I guess, a little over 4 years. We've been friends for, we're getting old, brother. I guess, almost 20 years?
That's right.
Yeah, we didn't complain today after we water skied 20 years ago, but we sound like little ladies now after a hip replacement. But we've known each other for a long time. Darren's a very, very successful gentleman, owns his own company, got a bunch of employees. He does a bunch of work as a contractor for Louis Vuitton. When you go into Louis Vuitton and you say, wow, it's because Darren has been there. And then when you look at the prices, you say, wow, again, it had nothing to do with that. But he makes the stores beautiful and does some work with them. He's been a general contractor over the years, built houses, renovated houses. He's got are you still drilling in the Ukraine? Are you still enjoying your operations there?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So he's got some other things that he's doing. And so anyway, really capable guy. And so, Darren, we were talking about for small business owners, whether you're a physician like me or you have a contracting company like yourself, and you have all these different employees, we were talking about putting employees into Karatbars and why that was a good idea. And so I wanted to talk about that in detail. And I think we were talking with Mitch, who works with me in my clinic, and you guys had some things that you were discussing. And I want you to kind of bring some light on why small business owners would consider bringing in their employees into Karatbars.
Well, most of the time when you have employees, you have a good relationship with them and you want to see them succeed, not only from what you're doing together, but also in their personal life. So, for me, I want to see my employees do well, and I feel like this is a way that maybe they can plan for their future, have some semi-retirement funds, or whatever the case may be. Or it may just be that they earn some extra money this week, and it just makes them a little happier.
Right. And here's the thing, brother. So and they're saving actually in some things that they've probably never had before, like gold.
Exactly.
Right?
So it's more of a long-term thing. And, but you want them to do well. So, that's the reason I do it. It's kind of like a bonus situation, helping them grow their team or grow their portfolio or grow their wallet of coins, whatever we're doing. We don't know where they might get to. And the bottom line for me is, if this gets to a point like you've talked about, possibly stepping away from your practice, you also want your employees taken care of. And have you just don't want to leave them out in the cold if that day ever comes.
Well, so let me discuss that for a second, because in my profession, I've got highly trained staff, but they have to have X amount of money per week. And so
Sure.
for me to work like 2 or 3 days a week less, my employees would probably leave me and go work for somebody who is going to pay them 4 or 5 days a week.
Exactly.
So the deal I've got with my crew is, you're going to work less, but you're not going to make less. And so you don't care if you get your income from me or you get it from Karatbars. Matter of fact, I think last week or the week before I was telling you, sometimes my employees get $300, $400, $500 a week bonus. And it doesn't come out of my checkbook. It comes out of Karatbars checkbook. And so I know you and Mitch were talking about that. And hey, $300 or $400 a week helps a lot.
Well, I'm going to tell you 2 things Mitch told me. He said, one, you won't take no for an answer. I don't care what it's about, especially Karatbars. You will not take no for an answer. And the other thing, that his bonus this past week wasn't $400. That's not what he told me.
Sometimes it's $200 or $300, but
it was $2,400.
Or sometimes it's $2,400, right?
Yeah. So he was a happy boy.
And so think about that, guys. His bonus for 1 week. Is everybody processing here? Well, I don't know what you guys make it your real job. I'm a salt of the earth chiropractor. If my bonus is $2,400 a week, my part-time job pays me. Are you hearing what you're telling me? And brother, here's the thing. I don't know what Mitch is telling you. He's telling you crazy stuff about me not taking no for an answer. And so I don't know what Derek put up there. I got here. But let me put my readers on. Do it again.
Well, he said something about you. You wouldn't take no for an answer.
We'll get there.
You ended up selling, I think, 7 packages to the same guy.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. They only say no, I'm not interested, because they don't know. That's the only reason people say no to this. That maybe the exception to that rule is because they don't have any money. But if they have any ability financially and they say no, it's because they don't know. Here's the thing. So the guy who came in and put $1 billion in and gave us a gold mine and a cryptocurrency bank, he didn't say no because he has all these really smart advisors. When you know some things like Forbes does and John McAfee, and you do your research and due diligence, and you find out we're the best ICO ever, you find out we've got the best blockchain technology, you find out we have the only licensed cryptocurrency bank. When you find those things out, when you find out Mr. Seitz is in South Africa right now talking about he's got a huge announcement in 2 or 3 days, when you find out that we have a guarantee in less than a month, when you know all these things, you don't say no. Not to me anyway.
Well, of course, you and I had known each other before, but when you presented Karatbars to me, the thing that impressed me, of course, we didn't have all this. We didn't have blockchain. We didn't have crypto. We just had gold. Of course, gold is appealing, but as far as a company, the thing that impressed me was you had from your practice, you had a lot of contacts that you were bringing in that were pro athletes, entertainers, CEOs, and all these people have people that advise them and to do the research and to do the background checks. And, for me, it was a no-brainer because I'm like, well, if all these other high-profile people are checking us out and getting in, then I'm I felt like I didn't have to do as much work to do my research. Maybe that was lazy on my part, but I was kind of following your well-to-do crowd, if you will.
Well, brother, and you know what? Here's the thing: you get some of your smartest guys aren't the ones with the most money, but
no, but they have somebody working for them that is.
Absolutely, and they're well advised. And I can't tell you how many business managers I've talked to, and that whole thing. But
right.
Anyway, brother, well, there's some other things that we wanted to talk about. Let's transition from you and Mitch chatting. I'm gonna have to get him back to work so he stops talking to you on the clock. But anyway, tell us a little bit about the rest of what I brought you on for us to discuss.
Well, you know, the situation with building a team with to helping your employees and all that. I mean, it's a great way to build passive income. But
hang on for a second, Darren. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but guys, everybody on here does whatever you've done in the past network marketing wise. The only reason to do network marketing is because you want to build a residual. That's the promise, is we want a residual income. We want money that comes in from work that's being done when it's not from our own hands, right? That's the dream of network marketing.
Right. You're going to do some work today, but you know, you're also going to get some pay today, but then you're going to get some pay down the road for the work you did. And that's great. With Karatbars, you can certainly do that. You got to put in some hard work, build a huge team. That's the best way to ensure your residual income down the road, is to build a huge team that's Absolutely. Always going to be working.
It's the best way. It's literally the best way.
Well, we all know the example of Boomer. You know, we all want to be the next Boomer and build a team like he did. Because unfortunately, he had some health problems and passed away. But we all know that because of his hard work a few years ago, his wife Claire is still getting weekly payouts for the work he did then.
So guys, listen to what Darren's saying. So Boomer, we lost probably the icon in this business about 3 years ago, and Boomer's probably the best we've ever had. He might be the best we'll ever have. And his wife every Friday gets a paycheck, and Boomer's not here. He hasn't been here in 3 years. What he built takes care of his family in his absence. Isn't that what all of us want on this panel? Is to know absolutely, no matter what, our families are taken care of.
That's right. But we found out there's another way, aside from building the huge team. You remember a few months ago when they came out with some information about master nodes?
Mm-hmm.